localities to ensure traffic safety during upcoming holidays. Vietnam has 11 localities with exports over $1 billion. Vietnam's university named in top 200 UK's time higher education. Good morning, welcome to FBNC News. This is Trần and great to have you with us today. On April 27, Vietnam didn't record any new cases of COVID-19. The total number of cases remains at 270. However, there are 3 cases of reinfection. Specifically, patient number 74 became positive again after being declared cured, and now the patient is being monitored at home. 2 other cases are patient number 207 and patient number 224, discharged from the hospital a few days ago. And now they both have been taken to Củ Chi Field Hospital to the treatment. So up to now, Vietnam has seen 8 people reinfected for COVID-19. Therefore, the Health Ministry has called for precaution of early lifting of the preventive measures, as risk of the virus spreading are still very high. Last weekend, Vietnamese authorities have worked together with the Vietnamese embassy in Jakarta and Singapore, together with Vietjet Air, to bring hundreds of Vietnamese citizens home safely.
They are those from disadvantaged backgrounds, such as children, elderly people, and students. The flights landed at Cần Thơ Airport with all people on board have had their health checked and been under quarantine in line with regulations. In the flight to Indonesia, Vietjet Air also brought some Indonesian citizens back to their country. Vietnamese citizens abroad are advised to follow preventive measures in the host countries and refrain from going out and returning to Vietnam at present. Vietnamese relevant agencies and representative offices abroad will arrange some flights for those in difficult situations to return home based on the disease developments going forward.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc has urged ministries and localities to take cautious steps in ensuring public order and traffic safety during the upcoming holiday this weekend.
This year, the Reunification Day, April 30, and Labor Day, May 1, together with the weekend, will make up a 4-day holiday. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for ensuring strict measures to prevent and control the COVID-19. The ministry should closely manage coaches, terminals, stations, and airports to reduce traffic jams, delays, and illegal price hikes, the Prime Minister said. He asked ministries and agencies to provide information on traffic safety and accident prevention to media outlets. Increased inspections should be used to strictly punish traffic regulation violators, especially those who caused traffic accidents, broke the speed limit, or transported more passengers than permitted. Traffic infrastructure would be checked, including traffic signals, warning signs, and warning equipment in places that had a high risk of accidents. Local departments of transport were also asked to remind people of the importance of wearing helmets and obeying regulations to minimize accidents. The Prime Minister also requested ministries and localities to enhance propagation and dissemination of traffic safety laws and COVID-19 prevention and control measures. Hotlines to receive traffic complaints should be widely publicized and swiftly attended by relevant authorities.
Construction work of the Ho Chi Minh City Opera House station, one of the 3 underground stations of Metro Line No. 1 Bến Thành Suối Tiên, has been sped up ahead of the schedule to give back the clear surrounding for the city's central area.
82% construction work of the Ho Chi Minh City Opera House station, one of the 3 underground stations of Metro Line No. 1 Bến Thành Suối Tiên, has been completed. It is expected to reach 90% in 2020.
Có thể sau khi đại dịch Covid qua đi, ban quản lý số sẽ xin ý kiến các cơ quan để có thể dẫn cho một số đoàn tham quan xuống công trường, tạo điều kiện để cho người dân có cơ hội tham quan.
In the last days of April, the contractor has removed the entire barrier of the construction site from Đồng Khởi Street to Nguyễn Huệ Street in front of the Opera House, 3 months earlier than planned, helping to return clean and airy space for this area. Other works such as temporary greenery and pre-built landscapes have also been set up to beautify the city on the occasion of the Reunification Day.
The U.S. Department of Commerce, or DOC, has lowered anti-dumping duties on pangasius products from Vietnam following its official conclusion of its 15th period of review from August 1st, 2017 to July 31st, 2018. According to the Trade Remedies Authorities of Vietnam, the final anti-dumping taxes on Vietnamese products has been set at $0.15 per kilogram, equivalent to 3.8% of the export price, lower than the final result for POR 14 at $1.37 per kilogram. Other Vietnamese exporters not examined by the DOC will be subject to a tariff of $2.39 per kilogram. Big Vietnamese exporters, including Vĩnh Hoàng JSC and Biển Đông Seafood Company, will continue to enjoy a zero tariff rate. The MOIT advised local exporters to continue cooperating with the DOC, providing accurate information for positive final results. The ministry will continue to coordinate with other ministries, sectors, the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers, or VASEP, and related export companies to take necessary actions to protect the rights and interests of the domestic catfish industry. Vietnamese pangasius exporters have faced restrictions imposed by numerous nations, but still managed to ship over $2 billion worth of products in 2018 and 2019. 11 provinces and cities in Vietnam had exports of more than $1 billion in the first quarter, accounting for 78% of the nation's entire exports, data just released by the General Department of Customs.
Bắc Giang, Bắc Ninh, Bình Dương, Đồng Nai, Hải Dương, Long An, Tây Ninh, and Thái Nguyên provinces and Hải Phòng, Hanoi, and Ho Chi Minh City accounted for exports of $49.35 billion. Tây Ninh was a new member of the Billion Dollar Club after managing to increase shipments by 10% year-on-year to over $1 billion. Meanwhile, Ho Chi Minh City became the first locality ever to exceed $10 billion worth of exports in a quarter, according to the General Department of Customs. Its exports were up to 14.6% and accounted for 16.6% of the country's total exports. Hải Phòng and Bắc Ninh also reported impressive increases. In particular, the country's second biggest exporter, Bắc Ninh, saw shipments rise by $450 million to $8.06 billion. Hanoi and Thái Nguyên, in the other hand, saw exports decreasing, in which Hải Phòng dropped by over $400 million to $6.95 billion. And Hanoi's exports fell from $3.35 billion to $3.15 billion in the first quarter.
A social housing credit package worth $1.3 billion is on the verge of running out, and this could pose difficulties for low-income people when it comes to renting or buying property. To address this problem, the government has assigned relevant ministries and agencies to offer an additional 1 trillion Vietnamese dong, equivalent to $42.6 million for the Bank for Social Policy, and 2 trillion Vietnamese dong for 4 commercial banks to support social housing loans. The government has also asked the Ministry of Construction to study shortcomings on social housing development and management and recommend necessary amendments and supplements. According to the ministry, a total of 207 social housing projects with more than 85,000 apartments and total floor area of nearly 4.3 million square meters have so far been completed nationwide. Another 220 projects with more than 179,000 apartments are under construction. 9 social housing projects for low-income earners with more than 4,100 apartments measuring 205,000 square meters were completed and put into use in 2019, which didn't meet the target set by the National Housing Development Strategy. The strategy aims for 12.5 million square meters of social housing by the end of 2020. The UK's Times Higher Education, or THE, has released their latest The Impact Rankings, with Vietnam's Tôn Đức Thắng University named in the world's top 200 universities in terms of quality education.
Located in Ho Chi Minh City, the university is the only Vietnamese representative to make the top 200 of the Impact Rankings 2020, based on its achievements relating to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). The ranking is assessed based on a variety of factors in an attempt to provide both a comprehensive and balanced comparison across three broad areas, namely research, outreach programs, and stewardship. The top 200 include famous names such as the University of Sydney, Monash University, and Macquarie University, all of which are based in Australia, while the University of Oulu in Finland and the Kyung-hee University of the Republic of Korea also make their names into the list. Another university of Vietnam, the Hanoi University of Science and Technology, made it into the group ranked from 301st to 400th. This year's list saw an increase in total number of establishments reviewed to 766 from 85 countries and territories globally.
And that has wrapped up our program today. Thanks for joining us. Till next time, bye for now.